Right, so next, that's your little icon, your Muscovy, which is like the shitty Russia version. Oh, right, so these are the things you need to know. Peeps. Money, ocean peeps, how fucked your country, how corrupt your motherfuckers are, how people think about you and how awesome they are, how big your dick is. I can't remember what that is. Oh yeah, that's how you swing your internet dick around, basically. How people like perceive how big it is in the internet. That's so then the next three ones is basically admin, peace talks, bullshit, and then how you kill people. Then you got your nice people here. You've got your get more money. I don't know. I threw them everywhere. Conleys, you're not getting in Russia. Who cares? Diplomats, basically people to call war on people, and missionaries, so convert the heathens. If we go rivals, basically rivals are your things. So rivals are basically your natural enemy. When you fight them, you get additional things to fight. So unfortunately, it's Lithuania. So basically, it's a combination of who you want to fight. Do you not want to fight because they're too strong at the moment and secretly want to fight? So we secretly want to fight Lithuania, but we don't want to be them so over the top mad. Novograd, because no one gives a shit about them. Great, what are they? Yeah, sure, fucking Mongols. Who gives a shit? Khans are also Mongols, for a reason. Next, basically, you always check who your neighbours are. They allied with anyone yet? And they're not because they start the game. But my general advice is with this: check who they're allied with. If they're, say, Lithuania is, they basically come under Poland, they're allied with Sweden, you get this big thingy. Always have 5 allies, just so they go, I'm not quite sure I want to, fight these dudes. And then as soon as they're at war with someone else, just go and take all their land. Just be a dick. That's how you win. Be a dick.
So be a dick is the best way to win.
Yeah. So one of the problems I lost as Muscovy before. So the next one I had was a huge problem with Sweden and Denmark. So I left Novograd around as those three provinces here, just so they couldn't declare war on me because I had to go through another country. So I never had war with them. It was great. And they just killed. They got involved with the Ottomans. They just came into the land by there. Yeah. So who are your friends? What your thing? And you've got a fuck ton of vassals. Jeez. Wow, that's a lot actually. That's your ruler, and that gives you more with those admin points. So the only ones you really want mostly are the administration, because that's just stealing people's land and making it your own officially, and basically better swords to stab people and eventually guns. So that's right. One of the tricks with money that I learned is basically if you're not at war, turn that off. You don't feed your troops, they won't die, but they just don't do anything. So that's the best way. That we don't cost any money. The other one is forts. Well, if you're at war, you either win them to kill someone, because you only want to war someone when you get a win. So you don't need forts, you just turn them off. So who gives a fuck? Like, if you go at war, they're automatically going to come back on. And then the peeps are going to run to the building anyway, and yeah, if you get attacked when you're not ready for it, you're screwed anyway, so who cares? Because that's going to save you heaps of money when you're not at war. And we've got a lot of money. Then we get more visors, it gives usual things, so we've actually got stability, no. Is that a lady?
Maybe.
I don't. We're not choosing him either way. Missionary, we don't really converse any people yet, but I want the points, so screw it, we'll grab them. That's... Of course, look how fucking expensive it is. Oh, he's actually wow, that's pretty cheap. Normally it's like $7, I thought. Which is like... $7 sounds really cheap now. I regret saying that. The meshes, people like us more easier, and oh, I've only got one choice. But discipline's basically how well we fight. Reinforced speed is how well you've lost, and that's, let's take like 1 cent off your troop cost, which is still 1 cent. You're poor. So that's your here's, and you get that little trait. So I once had a guy who was basically shit. He basically caused more corruption. Nobody liked him, so they uprose, and he did something to do with stability or something. And so I was like, please die, please die. He made it to like 60 years old, in the fucking medieval ages. He's like, okay. Like, he dies like, fuck yes, he's dead! And then he leaves like a fucking useless heir, and there's a fucking civil war after he dies. He's just like, well, fuck you, middle finger to me as he dies. Never got my revenge. I hated that guy. Also, the other trick is to make sure if you have any heirs that come born, they're called Ivan, turn them to not Ivan. That way, see, we got an Ivan, which is a problem. When we get a new kid, make sure if he's Ivan, not Ivan, and then he won't get Ivan the Terrible.
So the name, you shocking if you have a material.
Oh yeah, if you gave your person like Obama, basically he'll produce mediocre healthcare and there'll be heaps of internal fighting. If you do Trump, you're basically going to conquer the world, because we all know, of course, he's God Emperor. That's all of that. Basically, as we keep going on, trade, I don't understand this at all still. You basically, if we bring up the little menu over here. So, right, we've got 45% of whatever is getting earned. So I think we're getting earned that much money. When we send a guy, we've already got a guy here, we go collect from, and he basically takes the money. More of trade, you can also steal trade from other people by forcing it more downwards. So like that little arrow, but I never do this because I don't understand it, I just want money now, and that's all I really care about. I'm pretty shallow. Technology, basically always go for technology, and that costs you your admin points. That's where basically it's all going to go. And you do that and it gives you new things each time. And this institutions are basically, oh, we're getting smart people again who know how to do shit. And they usually always spawn in Europe and they go la 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 and they build and they kind of influence. And eventually they get to areas, either they convert, like everyone learns everything and they go, oh okay, well you learn how to read books now, great. Or you don't and you have to go and buy them, which for Russia you're going to have to buy them all the time. And then if you don't, it basically means technology gets too expensive. So I've had like 100 times negative bonus. Well yeah, because I was fucking... It spawned in Spain, and Spain's got completely... Spain, Castile, all got completely fucked by Morocco, France, there's like 5 nations there. And they're all at war, so it never spread. Then no one popped up in Austria. And so it took both of them like 100 years to reach me, where I was Byzantines over here. And so I couldn't do technology for years. But his next idea is ideas, it's how you form a government. You have default ones which help out. They're generally all pretty semi-decent. So you get 5 and... Then you got huge as choice, like half of them are not really worth it. The default one, because you're Russia, you have to go quantity, because Russia is all about mass troops. It's so much fun. It's like, hey, you killed 100,000 of my troops, I have 200,000 more, go die for me. So as I played, I lost so many people. I had like a world war before, and it's just like 2 million people died, pretty much. So basically you kind of split between what you kind of need. The general ones for Russia is you're going to need a religion, quality. One really good one for defense, just defense, because it's got morale, which means when people die in your army, no one else gets affected by it. It's a bit complicated. I'll leave it now. Then national decisions, you've got a quick one, which is just like, oh, what do you want to end for? I always forget to do these because a lot of them I can't be bothered, because I'm pretty much a warmonger. Then you got the big ones, which you can do automatically when you get there, and yeah, so it's got the cool ones like form Russia, and it tells you actually what you need, and we don't have that. It's pretty easy. Stability, war, basically war exhaustion. The more you got war, people will eventually don't want war no more, and it's basically based on how much you're losing. Stability, the more you boost it, it basically gives you a bit more bonuses to everything. If it goes down negative, you can get revolutions and shit that you don't want. States mean you get like 3-4 provinces and they get you more money in these disasters. Overextension is you took too many provinces and now people are pissed off. If you get over 100%, then you get mass rebels, which is Russia. It's not bad because you got so much manpower. Now that you're fine, you're not going to worry about colonies because you're too far away from most of it. Religion, this is where you deisvote everyone. So we've got, yeah, fortunately we can't convert them because we don't have enough strength, so it's going to take forever. But basically as we do some more church things, there come in options we can boost our guys, so generally just stay at discipline. Or institutions for Russia, because they're dumb people at this point. Just units, I don't do anything with this. Generals, which basically, I think what's important here is shock and fire, and siege is good at sieging down places, but siege is terrible till you get cannons. So it's just real tough and nasty. I don't ever use that because I don't have them. Like, if I have subjects, I just say them. Basically, you just want to try and keep people happy, and they give forward bonuses for the region that you give them land to. If they get real high, you can go and take stuff from them forcefully, which is kind of alright. Last thing, so as you expand more and you steal everyone's land, and you're basically forming the biggest name you can, because that's how powerful you are. The bigger your name, the better your nation is. So you're pretty shit compared to even these guys, because their name's a bigger font. They're better than you, they're better than you. You're better than Austria though, and probably France, because your name's just a little bit bigger. But as you conquer more land, people get around you, get pissed off. They get pissed off enough, they form a coalition, which is, let's all join together to stomp on this guy. And we don't hit, there's nothing at the moment, but it would all go red, and then you're just forced into a really painful war where you can't peace out unless you really crush them, which is usually not possible. So just avoid it. I've never won one of those. It's always been horrible.